Normally, a court may not void a private agreement just because the agreement ultimately renders one party powerless. But are there special rules if the private agreement restricts how a property owner may use its own land? New York's highest court answered this question in Orange and Rockland Utilities versus Philwold Estates. William Bradford owned land next to a river. Bradford sold a parcel of his land subject to two key restrictions. First, per a restrictive covenant, the parcel could be used only for a hydroelectric plant. Second, through an easement, Bradford could continue to hunt and fish on the parcel. Both restrictions ran with and belonged to the owner of Bradford's remaining land, which was next to the restricted parcel. Almost 2 decades later, the city of New York condemned the restricted parcel's right to use the river, making it impossible to operate a hydroelectric plant there. Although this meant that the restricted parcel's owner wasn't allowed to use the property in any way, the owner still had to pay property taxes and maintain the land in a safe condition for anyone using the hunting and fishing easement. Later, Benjamin Weschler owned some of the land next to the restricted parcel. Weschler's property interests included the hunting and fishing easement and an interest in the restrictive covenant. Orange and Rockland Utilities owned the restricted parcel and sued to extinguish the restrictive hydroelectric covenant. The utility company argued that the covenant no longer provided a substantial benefit to anyone and made the land virtually worthless. Weschler opposed the utility company's request to extinguish the restrictive covenant, arguing that it still provided benefits to him. Specifically, the covenant kept the utility company's parcel mostly or entirely undeveloped, which increased the value of both Weschler's adjoining parcel and his hunting and fishing easement. The trial court dismissed the claim as time-barred. On appeal, the appellate division allowed the claim and extinguished the covenant, agreeing that the covenant provided no benefits and made the utility company's land worthless. Weschler appealed to the New York Court of Appeals, New York's highest court.